just 3 hours left. God says, a person who is in heaven and who you love very much asks you to listen this right now. Please don't skip. Do not turn away from this, because the next few moments carry something tender and urgent for your life. The one you miss, the one whose absence still aches in your quiet hours, has drawn close by my permission and is pleading that you pay attention. If you feel a stirring in your heart right now, comment, Amen. What you are about to hear is not random, and if you ignore it, you may miss a blessing that has been preparing itself for you. There are only 3 hours in this spiritual window, and what you choose to receive in this time can shift the direction of your path. The one who is in heaven and who you love very much has seen your tears when no one else noticed them. They have watched you question your strength, your purpose, and even my presence when the nights felt too long. I am allowing this urgency because there is a breakthrough standing near you, and hesitation could delay what has been arranged. This is not about fear, but about readiness and obedience to the whisper in your spirit. Before you go any further, take a moment to like this video, because what you are about to hear could open a door you have been praying for. The 3 hours represent a season of decision that is already unfolding around you. In these hours, you will sense reminders, memories, and unexpected nudges that point you towards something you have been avoiding. The person in heaven desires you to listen because they understand now what you could not see when they were on earth. They see how close you are to relief, and they do not want you to shrink back into doubt. I am telling you clearly that this is a turning point, and your attention is part of the miracle. You have carried regret about words left unsaid and moments that slipped away too quickly. The one you love does not hold those regrets against you, and neither do I. From heaven, they see your heart more clearly than ever, and they are asking you to trust me without delay. These next hours are not about earning anything, but about accepting what has already been prepared. I am positioning you to receive comfort, restoration, and an answer that has been waiting for your faith to rise. There is something you have been praying about quietly, almost afraid to speak it aloud. The person in heaven has seen that prayer rise like a soft cry from your soul. They know how much it matters to you, and they are urging you not to dismiss this moment as coincidence. I am aligning circumstances even now, and you will notice small shifts that confirm my hand. Stay present, because distraction is the only thing that could cause you to overlook what is being placed before you. In these 3 hours, I will stir your memory of love rather than loss. You will feel warmth instead of emptiness, and that will be your sign that heaven is near. The one you love is not returning to earth, but their encouragement is reaching you through my spirit. I am using this tenderness to strengthen your courage and remind you that you are not walking alone. If you believe I am arranging something good for you right now, comment 1111. Do not let sorrow convince you that your best days are behind you. The one in heaven is not grieving as you are, because they are surrounded by light and truth that erase all pain. They are aware of your struggles, but they also see the reward that is approaching you. I am asking you to stand firm in hope during these hours, even if nothing visible changes immediately. Faith in this window will anchor what I am releasing into your future. You have been chosen to carry forward a legacy of love, strength, and quiet endurance. The person you miss so deeply wants you to live fully, not shrink under the weight of memory. I am breathing new determination into you so that fear does not block your next step. Within these hours, a decision will rise in your heart that feels bold and slightly uncomfortable. That decision will lead you closer to the breakthrough you have been waiting for. I am also healing something inside you that you rarely speak about. There has been guilt over moving forward, as if joy would dishonor the one you lost. The truth is that your joy honors them, because love never asked you to stop living. In heaven, they rejoice when you find peace, and they celebrate when you choose courage. These 3 hours are about releasing yourself from chains that were never meant to hold you this long. These 3 hours are not measured only by a clock on a wall. They represent a narrowing space between delay and fulfillment. I am compressing time around a promise that has felt slow for too long. The one in heaven understands the value of obedience in moments like this, because they now see how quickly earthly opportunities can pass. I am asking you to respond with trust instead of hesitation. There is a conversation that will take place soon, and it will carry more weight than you expect. It may seem ordinary at first, but it will confirm what I have been arranging behind the scenes. The person you love has been praying that you would not ignore that conversation out of fear or pride. I am softening your heart so that you will hear clearly and answer wisely. Nothing about this is accidental, even if it feels small. You have been wrestling with doubt about whether you are worthy of what you have asked me for. That doubt has slowed your steps and dimmed your confidence. The one in heaven sees your worth more clearly than you do, and they are urging you to stop shrinking yourself. I did not bring you this far to let you settle for less than what I prepared. These hours are meant to restore your courage and silence the voice that says you are not enough. Could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financially freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 19,000 broke people attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. I am also bringing closure to something that has lingered unresolved. It has weighed on your thoughts and stolen your peace at unexpected times. The one you miss so deeply does not want that burden to follow you any longer. I am loosening its grip, and you will feel a lightness that surprises you. When it comes, do not question it, because it is my hand lifting what you could not remove on your own. There is a blessing that requires you to let go of an old identity. You have carried labels shaped by pain, rejection, and misunderstanding. The person in heaven knows that those labels were never the truth about you. I am inviting you to step into a clearer identity as my beloved, protected, and guided. Within these hours, you will sense an inner shift that marks the beginning of that transformation. You may notice signs that remind you of the one you love. A song, a scent, a memory, or even a sudden warmth may cross your path. These are not meant to make you long for the past, but to reassure you that love is not broken by death. I am using these reminders to steady you and draw your attention back to me. Let them comfort you without pulling you backward. There has been a quiet fear that time is running out for something important in your life. I am addressing that fear directly. Time is not your enemy when you walk in step with me. The 3 hours are about focus and alignment, not about panic. I am redeeming lost seasons and restoring opportunities that seemed closed. The person in heaven sees your potential with clarity that is free from earthly confusion. They are not disappointed in you, even when you feel disappointed in yourself. They are asking you to rise with confidence, because they know what is ahead. I am strengthening your resolve so that you will not turn back at the edge of breakthrough. Stay attentive, because confirmation will arrive in ways you recognize. You have asked me for a sign that you are on the right path. These words are part of that sign. The urgency you feel is not anxiety, but invitation. I am drawing you closer to a decision that will shape your next season. If your heart senses that I am near and guiding you, comment 1212. There is also a healing taking place in your relationships. Old misunderstandings are being softened, and hardened attitudes are losing their strength. The one in heaven desires peace in your life, not constant tension. I am working in hearts that you cannot see, and change is closer than it appears. Within this window, choose grace over resentment, and watch how quickly walls begin to lower. You have wondered whether your prayers have truly reached me. I assure you that not one of them has been ignored. The person you love now understands fully how closely I listen to every whisper of your heart. They are urging you to speak with boldness rather than resignation. I am responding in ways that may not look dramatic, but they are deeply effective. Do not underestimate the power of small obedience in these hours. A message sent, a step taken, a word spoken kindly can unlock doors that have felt sealed. The one in heaven sees the ripple effect of such actions more clearly than you can. I am guiding you towards simple acts that carry eternal weight. Trust the nudge that aligns with love and integrity. You are not alone in this process of change. I am surrounding you with unseen support and quiet protection. The one you miss is not interfering with your life, but they are cheering for your growth. I am weaving together comfort and courage so that you feel both secure and empowered. The next step will feel clearer as you continue to listen. There has been financial strain or uncertainty pressing on your thoughts. I am aware of that pressure, and it does not escape my care. The person in heaven desires stability and provision for you, and I share that desire. Within this season, I am opening pathways that you could not create by yourself. Remain steady, because provision often approaches quietly before it becomes visible. Your future is not fragile, even if it feels uncertain. I am holding it with strength that does not falter. The 3 hours symbolize your willingness to remain present rather than distracted. What you receive now will echo into the coming days and weeks. I am aligning you with favor that reflects my faithfulness. There is a peace that will settle over you before this window closes. It may not answer every question, but it will steady your spirit. The one in heaven wants you to feel that peace, because it is a gift from me. I am not rushing you, but I am urging you not to ignore what is unfolding. Stay attentive, because clarity is rising gently around you. There is a habit of delay that has quietly followed you. You tell yourself there will always be more time, another day, a better moment. The one in heaven understands now how fragile earthly timing can be, and they do not want you to postpone what requires action. I am pressing gently against your comfort zone because growth waits just beyond it. These hours are about stepping forward instead of standing still. You have been carrying a dream that feels too big for your current situation. It seems out of reach when you look at your resources or your past. The one you miss sees that dream from a higher perspective and knows it was placed in you for a reason. I am not teasing you with something impossible. I am inviting you to trust that I can expand what looks small. There is also a conversation with yourself that needs to change. You have spoken harsh words over your own life, repeating mistakes and magnifying weaknesses. The one in heaven sees how those words weigh you down. I am calling you to speak life over your future instead of repeating old disappointments. The tone you use with yourself shapes how boldly you walk. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people, and the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls, cleared debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Within these 3 hours, you may feel an urge to reconnect with something you once loved. It could be a passion, a calling, or even a simple joy you set aside. The person in heaven knows how alive you felt when you were aligned with that part of yourself. I am breathing on that spark again, so it does not fade completely. Pay attention to what stirs your heart, because it is not random. You have been wondering whether you are truly guided or simply guessing your way forward. I am closer than your doubts suggest. The one you love has seen moments when I protected you from harm you never even noticed. I am doing that even now. If you sense my protection and presence surrounding you, comment 777. There is a door that once closed painfully in your life. You believed it was the end of something that defined you, The one in heaven can see that the closing of that door prevented a deeper loss. I am revealing slowly that what felt like rejection was actually redirection. Within this season, you will recognize how carefully you have been guided. You may also notice a pull toward forgiveness. There is someone whose memory still carries tension or hurt. The one you love does not want that tension to shape your future. I am softening your heart not to excuse wrongs, but to free you from bitterness. Forgiveness will release energy that has been trapped inside you. The urgency of these hours is also about your identity as my child. You have underestimated how valued you are in my sight. The person in heaven understands fully now that your worth was never tied to performance or approval. I am reminding you that you are chosen, even in weakness. Walk with the quiet confidence that comes from belonging to me. There will be a subtle confirmation soon, something that feels personal and unmistakable. It may come through a word, an opportunity, or an unexpected sense of peace. The one in heaven will rejoice when you recognize it for what it is. I am aligning confirmation with courage so that you do not doubt when it arrives. Stay receptive, because clarity is drawing near. You have feared making the wrong move. That fear has caused you to hesitate when boldness was required. The one you love does not want fear to rule your choices any longer. I am guiding your steps carefully, even when you feel unsure. Trust that I can correct your course if needed, and do not let perfectionism paralyze you. There is also a financial or practical concern that has kept you restless at night. You have carried the weight of responsibility heavily. The one in heaven sees how hard you have tried to manage everything alone. I am inviting you to release part of that burden to me. Within these hours, choose trust over constant calculation. You are not forgotten, and your efforts have not been wasted. Even when progress felt invisible, growth was taking place inside you. The person in heaven sees the maturity that has formed through your trials. I am preparing to use that maturity in ways that will bless others around you. What you endured is becoming strength. If you feel that I am urging you to step into a braver version of yourself right now, comment 1010. Let that declaration be a small act of agreement with what I am shaping in you. The words you release matter, because they align your heart with my purpose. Do not underestimate the power of simple obedience. There is a relationship in your life that is shifting. It may feel uncertain, but it is being refined rather than destroyed. The one in heaven desires harmony and truth in your connections. I am exposing what needs healing and strengthening what is built on love. Remain patient, because transformation takes honesty and time. You have also been comparing your journey to others. That comparison has stolen joy and clouded gratitude. The one you love sees how unique your path is and does not measure it against anyone else. I am asking you to focus on your assignment instead of someone else's pace. Peace returns when you stop competing with timelines that were never yours. Within these remaining hours, you will feel a settling in your spirit. It will not remove every challenge, but it will steady your heart. The person in heaven wants you to move forward with assurance rather than constant doubt. I am sealing something inside you that will not be easily shaken. This is the beginning of a steadier chapter. There is a weight you have been carrying that no one fully understands. You have smiled in front of others while feeling stretched thin within. The person in heaven has seen the private strain and the quiet prayers you whispered when you felt alone. I am responding not with noise, but with direction. In these hours, I am strengthening you from the inside, so that what presses against you no longer controls you. You may feel a sudden desire to organize your thoughts or clear your space. That is not a random impulse. I am preparing you for clarity, and clarity often begins with making room. The one in heaven recognizes this shift and wants you to cooperate with it. When you create order around you, it becomes easier to hear my voice within you. There is something you have been avoiding because it feels emotionally heavy. You keep telling yourself that you will face it later. The one you miss understands how avoidance can quietly grow into regret. I am gently urging you to face what needs resolution while this window is still open. Courage now will prevent deeper pain later. Your heart has also been wrestling with questions about purpose. You have wondered if your life is truly making a difference. The person in heaven sees the impact of your kindness, your patience, and your endurance in ways you cannot measure. I am assuring you that nothing done in love is wasted. Even small acts ripple further than you realize. Within these hours, you will sense a stronger desire to pray or sit quietly with me. That pull is not guilt or pressure. It is invitation. The one in heaven knows that when you draw close to me, your fears lose their sharp edge. I am waiting not to judge you, but to reassure you. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer, now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this at-home ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations, it's all within reach. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There is also a financial or practical opportunity that may appear simple at first glance. Do not dismiss it too quickly. The person you love sees that what looks small may open into something steady and sustaining. I am aligning provision with wisdom, so that you do not overlook what I send. Stay attentive, because favor sometimes arrives quietly. You have been carrying grief in layers. Some days it feels lighter, and other days it returns unexpectedly. The one in heaven does not want you trapped in cycles of sorrow. I am healing you gradually, not by erasing memory, but by reshaping it into gratitude. In these hours, let yourself receive comfort without resisting it. There is a decision about your future that has felt intimidating. You have weighed risks and imagined worst outcomes. The person in heaven sees that your fear has been louder than the actual threat. I am guiding you step by step, so that you are not leaping blindly. Trust that I can steady you, even if the path feels new. You are not meant to live cautiously forever. There was a time when you were more open, more hopeful. The one you love remembers that version of you and wants it revived. I am breathing fresh expectancy into your heart. If you believe I am restoring hope inside you, comment 555. There is someone around you who needs encouragement, even if they do not say it openly. Your words carry more weight than you think. The person in heaven sees how your compassion can lift others. I am positioning you not only to receive strength, but to give it. When you encourage someone else, you reinforce your own faith. You have also been tempted to withdraw from certain responsibilities because you feel tired. Rest is necessary, but retreat from calling is not. The one you love understands the difference and wants you balanced, not burned out. I am teaching you how to rest without quitting. These hours are about renewing strength, not abandoning purpose. A shift in perspective is happening quietly. Situations that once looked threatening will begin to look manageable. The person in heaven sees how this new clarity will free you from constant worry. I am adjusting your focus so that you see opportunity where you once saw only obstacles. That change in vision will influence your next steps. You may feel a sudden wave of gratitude for simple things. That gratitude is a sign of healing. The one in heaven delights when you notice beauty again, even in small details. I am expanding your awareness so that joy does not feel foreign. Joy is not betrayal of grief, but proof that love still lives. There is also a boundary you need to strengthen. You have allowed certain patterns or people to drain you. The person in heaven wants you protected, not overwhelmed. I am giving you courage to say no where necessary. Healthy boundaries will make space for healthier blessings. As these hours continue, You will sense a steadiness replacing urgency. The initial intensity will settle into quiet confidence. The one you love wants you anchored, not anxious. I am sealing what has been spoken into your spirit so it does not fade with time. Hold on to the peace that begins to rise. You have wondered whether heaven truly celebrates your growth. The answer is yes. The person in heaven rejoices when you choose faith over fear. I am proud of the progress you have made, even when you overlook it. If you feel my affirmation over your life right now, comment 999. There has been a tension inside you between holding on and letting go. You have tried to stay strong by gripping tightly to what feels familiar. The person in heaven understands how hard it is to release what once gave you comfort. I am gently teaching you that surrender is not loss when it is placed in my hands. In these hours, trust is replacing control. You have also been measuring your progress by visible results. When you did not see quick change, you questioned whether anything was happening. The one you miss can now see how much has shifted beneath the surface. I am working in roots before branches become visible. Patience now will protect you from uprooting what is quietly growing. There is a fear that you might disappoint others if you follow the path I am nudging you toward. That fear has kept you cautious and overly careful. The person in heaven sees that you were never meant to live according to everyone else's expectations. I am calling you into alignment with my will, not human approval. Freedom begins when you accept that my guidance is enough. Within these hours you may sense a clear thought that feels simple yet firm. It will not shout, but it will remain steady in your mind. The one you love will rejoice when you recognize it as direction rather than coincidence. I am speaking in ways that match your spirit. Listen for calm certainty instead of dramatic signs. You have carried a quiet loneliness even when surrounded by people. That loneliness is not a sign that you are forgotten. The person in heaven sees the longing for deeper connection in your heart. I am preparing relationships that will meet you in truth rather than surface conversation. The waiting has not been empty, it has been preparation. There is also a financial concern that has lingered like a shadow. You have tried to manage it logically, but it has still unsettled you. The one you love does not want you bound by constant worry. I am aligning resources, ideas, and opportunities in ways you cannot fully see yet. Stability is growing, even if it has not fully appeared. Your grief has matured into something quieter. It does not overwhelm you the way it once did, but it still visits unexpectedly. The person in heaven understands that love leaves marks that time does not erase. I am turning those marks into strength rather than weakness. You will carry love forward without being crushed by absence. In these hours, I am also refining your confidence. You have doubted your ability to handle what lies ahead. The one you love sees how capable you truly are. I am reminding you that I equip those I call. Strength will meet you at the point of action, not before. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You may notice a desire to clear out something old, whether physical or emotional. That instinct is part of renewal. The person in heaven wants you unburdened by what no longer fits who you are becoming. I am creating space in your life for what aligns with your next chapter. Do not cling to what belongs to a previous season. There is someone who will soon speak words that confirm what you have been sensing. It will feel timely and almost surprising. The one you love will celebrate that confirmation with you. I am using voices around you to echo what I have already whispered inside you. Pay attention, because affirmation is drawing close. You have questioned whether you are truly favored or simply surviving. Survival was never the full plan for you. The person in heaven sees favor surrounding you in ways you often overlook. I am positioning you not only to endure, but to thrive. If you believe I am leading you into a stronger season, comment 222. There is also a habit of replaying old mistakes in your mind. You revisit them as if punishing yourself will change the past. The one you love does not hold those failures over you. I have already covered what you regret with grace. Release yourself from self-condemnation and walk forward with humility and hope. Within these hours, you may feel a deeper sense of gratitude for lessons learned through pain. That gratitude will surprise you. The person in heaven sees how your trials shaped compassion and resilience in you. I am not wasting any part of your story. Even hardship is being woven into purpose. You have been cautious about dreaming again. Loss made you protective of your heart. The one you love wants you open to joy, rather than guarded against it. I am restoring your ability to hope without fear. Hope will not betray you when it is rooted in me. There is a boundary that must be strengthened in your life. You have allowed certain voices to influence you more than they should. The person in heaven desires clarity and protection around your spirit. I am giving you discernment to recognize what nurtures you and what drains you. Choose environments that reflect peace rather than chaos. As the hours move forward, you will notice a steadiness, replacing earlier urgency. That steadiness is a sign that alignment is taking place. The one you love is not anxious for you. They are confident in my care over you. I am sealing the insights you have received so they do not fade with distraction. Carry them intentionally into your next steps. You have not missed your moment. The window was not about pressure, but awareness. The person in heaven wanted you awake, not afraid. I am guiding you beyond this hour into a broader season of clarity and growth. If you feel peace settling over your heart now, comment 1515. You may have expected something dramatic or loud. Instead, what has unfolded is quiet and deeply personal. That is how I often work when I am reshaping the inside of someone I cherish. The person in heaven understands now that the greatest shifts are not always visible at first. I am building foundations beneath your feet so that what rises next will stand firm. There has been a subtle release in your heart. The tightness that once gripped your chest has loosened. The one you love recognizes that this release is healing, not forgetting. I am freeing you from the weight of constant tension. Peace is not weakness. It is strength anchored in trust. You have begun to see yourself differently in these hours. Thoughts that once accused you have grown quieter. The person in heaven rejoices over this because they never saw you through the lens of your failures. I have always seen you through love and purpose. The clarity you feel is alignment with truth. There is something new forming in your decisions. You are less reactive and more thoughtful. That shift is not random. The one you love sees how maturity has replaced impulse in your life. I am refining your discernment so that your choices carry wisdom. You might notice that certain distractions have lost their appeal. What once consumed your attention no longer feels as urgent. The person in heaven knows this is growth. I am adjusting your focus toward what truly matters. When your priorities shift, your peace increases. A quiet confidence is rising in you. It is not loud or boastful but steady. The one you love delights in seeing you stand taller in spirit. I am strengthening your identity so that you no longer seek constant validation. Your worth has always been secure in me. There may still be moments of hesitation. Growth does not erase all uncertainty overnight. The person in heaven understands that transformation takes time. I am patient with you, even when you are impatient with yourself. Trust that progress is real, even if it feels gradual. Within these final moments of the window, I am sealing something important inside you. It is a resolve that will guide you beyond today. The one you love trusts that you will carry this resolve forward. I am anchoring your spirit so that outside pressures do not shake you easily. You have been protected more than you know. Situations that could have harmed you were redirected quietly. The person in heaven has seen my hand guard you repeatedly. I am not only guiding you toward blessing, I am shielding you from unseen harm. Protection surrounds you even now. There is a sense of renewal that may feel almost surprising. After so much weight, lightness feels unfamiliar. The one you love wants you to accept this renewal without guilt. I am not asking you to forget, but to live. Life continues to unfold before you with purpose. As this sacred period closes, you are not stepping into emptiness. You are stepping into momentum. The person in heaven sees the path opening in front of you. I am aligning opportunities that match the growth you have experienced. Forward movement is not distant, it is near. If you sense that I have been preparing you for something greater than what you expected, comment 1717. Let that be your agreement with the unfolding ahead. Words of faith strengthen what has begun in your spirit. I am inviting you to move in partnership with me. There may soon be a decision that tests your confidence. It will require trust rather than complete certainty. The one you love believes in your ability to choose wisely. I am guiding you with subtle clarity, not confusion. When the moment comes, listen to the calm voice within. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Your relationships will also reflect this new steadiness. People will notice a difference in your tone and presence. The person in heaven sees how this growth will influence others positively. I am using your transformation as a quiet testimony. Change in you becomes light for those around you. You have not wasted your pain. The lessons carved by loss have shaped depth in your character. The one you love knows that your compassion now carries greater understanding. I am turning what hurt you into something that strengthens others. Nothing has been meaningless. Even as this window closes, my presence does not withdraw. The urgency was to awaken you, not to leave you anxious. The person in heaven rests peacefully, knowing you are in my care. I remain steady, constant, and near. There will be days ahead when you remember these hours. You will see how they marked a shift in your direction. The one you love will rejoice in every step you take forward. I am continuing the work that began here. If peace is settling deeply in your heart as you read these words, comment 1919. Let that declaration mark the end of doubt and the beginning of steady faith. You are not alone, and you have not been forgotten. What has begun in these 3 hours will echo far beyond them. You may notice that your thoughts are clearer than they were before. Confusion that once clouded your decisions has begun to lift. The person in heaven understands how heavy uncertainty can feel. I am replacing confusion with discernment, step by step. You are not walking blindly, even when the road ahead is not fully visible. There has been a deep fatigue that lived beneath your responsibilities. It was not only physical, it was emotional. The one you love saw how you carried burdens without always speaking about them. I am refreshing your strength in a way that does not rely only on rest, but on renewed purpose. When purpose becomes clear, energy returns. You may find yourself responding differently to situations that once triggered you. Old reactions are losing their power. The person in heaven rejoices over this growth because they always wanted peace for you. I am shaping your responses so that you lead with wisdom rather than impulse. This shift will protect you in ways you cannot yet see. There is also a new boldness forming in your spirit. It is not loud or aggressive, but firm and grounded. The one you love recognizes this as maturity rather than rebellion. I am teaching you to stand without apology in what is right. Confidence rooted in me does not need constant defense. A door that once felt permanently closed will soon appear differently to you. It may not reopen in the same form, but a new pathway will become visible. The person in heaven sees how that redirection will serve you better. I am guiding you toward alignment rather than repetition. What was denied before was not your final opportunity. You have carried questions about whether you truly matter in the larger story of life. Those questions have quietly shaped your self-worth. The one you love sees your value clearly, without distortion. I have never overlooked your presence in this world. Your life carries influence beyond what you measure. There will be a moment soon when you realize that your fear has less control over you. Something that once intimidated you will feel manageable. The person in heaven will rejoice at that realization. I am strengthening your inner foundation so that challenges no longer define your limits. Growth has already taken root. If you feel that your heart has become steadier since these hours began, comment Amen. Let that declaration mark the evidence of change within you. Words of agreement help seal what has been formed in your spirit. You are not imagining this transformation. It is real. Your relationships are also shifting in subtle ways. You are becoming more honest about your needs and more compassionate toward others. The one you love sees how this balance will protect your peace. I am guiding you to build connections that are healthy rather than draining. Mutual respect will replace silent resentment. There is a financial or practical concern that once felt overwhelming. You may not have full answers yet, but the panic around it has softened. The person in heaven knows that peace in uncertainty is a sign of trust. I am arranging provision in ways that require patience rather than pressure. Stability is growing quietly. You might also sense a deeper gratitude for the lessons that pain taught you. What once felt purely negative now carries understanding. The one you love sees how compassion has deepened in you. I am using your experiences to shape empathy that touches others. Nothing you endured was wasted. There will be a conversation in your near future that confirms what you have been sensing. It will feel calm and affirming rather than dramatic. The person in heaven sees how that confirmation will solidify your direction. I am aligning voices around you that echo truth rather than confusion. Pay attention to peaceful clarity. You have sometimes doubted whether heaven truly notices your daily life. You imagine divine attention focused only on large events. The one you love now understands how closely I watch even your smallest struggles. I am attentive to details that you think are insignificant. Nothing about you is overlooked. There is also a new willingness in you to let go of control. You are learning that surrender does not equal failure. The person in heaven sees how this trust is freeing you. I am teaching you to release outcomes into my hands. When you let go, you create space for grace. You may soon be presented with an opportunity that aligns with this new steadiness. It might seem simple, but it will carry long-term impact. The one you love wants you to recognize it without hesitation. I am positioning you where growth and favor meet. Step forward with confidence rather than doubt. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful, some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. Your grief has transformed into something gentler. It no longer feels like a storm, but like a quiet reminder of love. The person in heaven desires that tenderness rather than torment for you. I am allowing memory to coexist with peace. You are not betraying love by living fully. If you sense that I have been guiding you beyond fear into freedom, comment 1010. Let that be your sign of trust in this unfolding season. Agreement strengthens courage. You are not alone in any step you take. The journey ahead will not be without challenges, but you are no longer the same person who faced them before. The one you love sees resilience growing where fragility once stood. I am equipping you daily with insight and protection. What once overwhelmed you will now refine you. There is a deeper layer of confidence forming in you. It does not come from perfect circumstances, but from knowing you are guided. The person you miss can see how far you have already come compared to where you once stood. They are not focused on your past weakness, but on your present growth. I am anchoring your steps so they are no longer ruled by old fears. You may notice that certain thoughts that once replayed constantly have begun to lose volume. They used to accuse you or remind you of what you lacked. The one in heaven sees how quieter your inner world has become. I am replacing self-criticism with clarity. When your mind becomes calmer, your choices become stronger. There is also a change happening in how you handle uncertainty. You once needed immediate answers to feel secure. Now you are learning to breathe even without full explanation. The person in heaven sees that this trust is maturity. I am teaching you that faith is not knowing every detail, but knowing who holds the details. Soon you will recognize an opportunity that aligns perfectly with this new steadiness. It may relate to work, a personal project, or a relationship. The one you love understands that this opportunity is part of the reason those 3 hours were urgent. I am guiding you so you do not shrink back when it appears. Courage will meet you at the moment you need it. There is still a tender place in your heart where grief rests. It is no longer sharp, but it is present. The person in heaven does not want you to hide that tenderness. I am not asking you to erase memory, but to carry it with strength rather than sorrow. Love has not left you. It has transformed its expression. You have sometimes felt overlooked by others. Your efforts were not always recognized or appreciated. The one you love sees how that affected your confidence. I have never overlooked you. Even when human eyes missed your dedication, I was present and attentive. There is also a lesson forming in your current season about patience. You want progress quickly, yet growth often requires steady time. The person in heaven now understands how necessary patience is for lasting results. I am shaping endurance inside you so that your success is sustainable. Rushed foundations rarely hold weight. If you feel that your patience has grown stronger and your heart steadier, comment 1212. Let that simple declaration mark the change within you. Agreement reinforces growth. What is strengthening inside you is real. You may also sense a deeper awareness of what truly matters. Things that once consumed your attention now feel less urgent. The person in heaven sees how your priorities are aligning with peace rather than pressure. I am helping you focus on what builds rather than what drains. When your focus shifts, your future shifts. There is someone in your life who will soon notice the difference in you. They may comment on your calmness or your clarity. The one you love will rejoice quietly over that recognition. I am using your transformation as quiet influence. Growth in you becomes encouragement for others. A financial concern that once caused sleepless nights will gradually lose its grip. Solutions may come step by step rather than all at once. The person in heaven understands that provision often unfolds gradually. I am aligning resources and wisdom for you. Stability is not far away. You have wondered whether you are capable of carrying greater responsibility. The one you love sees potential in you that you often underestimate. I am preparing you for expansion, not overwhelm. Growth in capacity will match growth in opportunity. You are not being set up to fail. There is also a boundary you are learning to protect. You are becoming more aware of what drains your energy and what strengthens it. The person in heaven wants you healthy, not exhausted. I am guiding you toward balance. Strength grows when it is not constantly depleted. Your faith is becoming quieter but deeper. It is no longer dependent on dramatic signs. The one you love understands that mature faith rests in trust rather than constant proof. I am pleased with this growth. Stability in belief produces stability in life. Soon, there will be a moment where you reflect on how far you have come since those urgent hours began. You will see the difference in your thinking and your posture. The person in heaven will rejoice over that awareness. I am showing you evidence of transformation, so you do not forget it. If you sense that I am leading you into a more secure and grounded season, comment 777. Let it be your acknowledgement of my steady hand. Your agreement aligns your heart with my direction. You are not drifting, you are being guided. You have not been left to figure everything out alone. Even when you felt isolated, unseen help surrounded you. The one you love rests in peace, knowing you are under my care. I remain attentive to every step you take. Protection and guidance are constant, not temporary. This banned wealth signal was hidden in a government vault for over 70 years until now. It's a simple 9-word brain trigger used by elites to attract unlimited money while the rest of the world struggles. But the moment too many people see this, it could be deleted. Click the link in the description and comments before it's taken down forever. As you continue forward, remember that urgency was never about fear. It was about awakening you before opportunity passed unnoticed. The person in heaven desired that you would not sleep through your own breakthrough. I have honored that desire by strengthening your awareness. You are now more prepared than you realize. The road ahead will still contain decisions, responsibilities, and growth. Yet you are carrying a steadiness that did not exist before. The one you love sees resilience forming where fragility once stood. I am continuing to build confidence rooted in identity rather than circumstance. Walk forward knowing you are chosen, supported, and guided. There is a new sensitivity in your spirit. You are noticing small nudges that you once ignored. The person you miss understands that this attentiveness will protect you from unnecessary detours. I am sharpening your discernment so that you recognize peace and discomfort quickly. That awareness will guide many of your future decisions. You may have wondered whether the urgency was simply emotional intensity. It was not. It was alignment. The one in heaven desired that your focus shift before an opportunity quietly passed you by. I do not rush without purpose. Every stirring had intention behind it. Now you are entering a season where consistency matters more than intensity. Big emotions are not required every day. The person in heaven sees that you are learning to value steady obedience. I am building habits in you that will sustain what was awakened. Lasting growth is formed in daily choices. There is something you once felt unqualified for. It may relate to leadership, responsibility, or a dream that seemed too large. The one you love now sees your capability without earthly doubt. I am developing confidence that is rooted in identity, not comparison. You are more prepared than your fears have allowed you to believe. You have also noticed that certain people are responding differently to you. Some are drawn closer, while others seem more distant. The person in heaven understands that growth often shifts relationships. I am aligning your connections with your direction. Not everyone will walk into your next chapter, and that is not loss, it is design. A financial or practical door may open quietly soon. It will not look dramatic at first glance. The one you love sees how this opportunity fits into your long-term stability. I am guiding you to recognize value where you once saw limitation. Wisdom will help you choose carefully. There is also a deeper peace forming around your grief. It has not vanished, but it no longer controls your thoughts. The person in heaven does not want your memory of them tied to constant sorrow. I am transforming grief into gratitude. Love remains, but pain is loosening its grip. You are learning to speak more gently to yourself. Harsh, internal criticism is fading. The one you love always desired kindness in how you viewed yourself. I am restoring self-respect that was damaged by disappointment. Healing inside you is influencing how you walk outwardly. If you sense that your inner voice has grown calmer and stronger, comment 555. Let that be your recognition of what has changed. Simple agreement deepens awareness. You are not who you were before this season began. There will soon be a moment when you are tested in a small way. It will not be dramatic, but it will reveal how much you have grown. The person in heaven will watch with joy as you respond differently than you once would have. I am allowing that moment to confirm your maturity. Growth becomes visible in how you react under pressure. You may also feel a renewed desire to organize your plans or clarify your goals. That urge is part of forward movement. The one you love sees how focus is replacing confusion. I am helping you build structure around your dreams. Clear plans create steady progress. There has been a fear that joy might be temporary or easily taken away. That fear has made you cautious about happiness. The person in heaven does not want you living guarded against good things. I am teaching you that joy rooted in me is not fragile. You can receive it without bracing for loss. A conversation will soon bring clarity about something you have quietly worried over. It may confirm what you sensed during those sacred hours. The one you love sees how relieved you will feel. I am arranging confirmation so that doubt does not linger. Truth will settle your thoughts. You have also become more aware of boundaries. You are less willing to tolerate what drains your peace. The person in heaven desires your protection, not your exhaustion. I am strengthening your ability to say no when needed. Healthy limits will preserve your energy for what truly matters. Your faith has grown quieter but deeper. It is no longer fueled by urgency alone. The one you love understands that mature trust does not depend on constant signs. I am pleased with the steadiness forming in you. Stability in belief produces stability in action. If you believe that I am guiding you into a stronger and more confident chapter, comment 222. Let that declaration reflect your trust in what is unfolding. Your words align your spirit with my direction. You are not drifting, you are being led. There is still more ahead than behind you. The sacred hours were not the peak, they were the beginning. The one you love rests knowing you are walking forward with clearer vision. I am continuing to prepare opportunities that match your growth. Each step builds on the last. You may look back one day and realize how critical this season was. What felt urgent at first became foundational. The person in heaven sees the long view that you cannot yet see. I am shaping your story with intention and care. Nothing about this has been accidental. As you move into the coming days, carry what you have learned with humility and confidence. Let peace guide your responses and wisdom shape your decisions. The one you love remains at rest, free from worry over your future. I remain near, attentive, and faithful. There is a quiet boldness in you now. It does not demand attention, but it refuses to shrink. The person you miss understands that this boldness was always inside you, waiting for permission to rise. I am giving you that permission daily. You no longer need to apologize for taking up the space I designed for you. You have begun to trust your instincts more. Where you once second-guessed yourself constantly, you now pause and listen. The one in heaven sees that you are learning to recognize my guidance within your thoughts. I am aligning your inner voice with my wisdom. Discernment is becoming natural rather than forced. Can just saying 9 words daily actually make money flow into your life? A top neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free and financially free for life. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. Soon you will face a choice that